study that I was telling you about, the study shows that 25% of women chose an electric shock. And 67% of men chose an electric shock. And I know all the women are thinking, we are stronger, we knew it. Now we have even more proof, right? It's incredible, that's actually what happens. Now let me tell you how that relates to love. Studies show that when we feel lonely, we rush into bad relationships, we stay trapped in unhealthy and toxic relationships, and we accept less than we deserve. The lens of loneliness makes us insecure and prone to bad decisions. But the lens of solitude makes us open and pure. And that's why solitude is the foundation on which we build our love. Solitude is not a failure to love, it's actually a step towards love. When we learn to understand ourselves, we gain the compassion, we gain the patience, we gain the kindness and the grace that we need to understand a whole other human being in all of who they are. Now, reflecting, what Ali's doing in there is just one part of solitude. We need time to reflect, to switch off from the noise, to connect with our inner voice. But at the same time, we need to do something else, and it's recording, reflecting and recording. And that's why I have these here with me. These are journals, and each of these journals have a different title on them. This one says, "My past is not a reflection of my future." This one says, "It's okay to take time for myself." Now I'll explain how these connect in a second, but if I took you back to my childhood home, you'd see stacks of journals lying around my childhood home. And the interesting thing would be is that I have tons of notes, quotes, and thoughts inside every single one of these journals. I'm showing you how clumsy I am now. And what's really interesting about all of these journals that I have at home is that they're not just for note-taking, they're not just for quotes and messages. They're actually me writing the story of my life. See, when we don't journal, when we don't write, when we don't record our reflections, what ends up happening is that we actually lose the journey we want to live and write. So often we end up living someone else's story. We end up living a journey that we never scribed ourselves. How many of you felt for a long time in your life you were living someone else's story, or following someone else's path, or pursuing someone else's journey? So here we have all these journals. I'm sure one of them's going to fall again. There we go, perfect. And so what I find is that when we reflect and we record, we gain the ability to become the authors of our own life. We gain the ability to trip up, fall, reflect, learn, and then find our path. Now, I want to quickly take a look at our time over here. Quite a bit of time has passed. There is a long time left if we want to leave her in there for an hour. How many of you feel Ali's done her time and we should get her out? Make some noise. All right. And how many of you feel we should leave Ali in there for a little bit longer? Make some noise. Wow. And I thought I was the one with the button. Here you are saying leave her in there. I think Mies misses her. I think Ali's done great. I think it's time that we bring her out, right? Let's bring her out. She's done well. All right, guys, let's get her out of the cave. Let's get her out of the cave. Fantastic. So Ali, I just want you can stand up, but just stay in that mind space. I don't want you to all of a sudden respond and react to what you're hearing and seeing here. Just stay in the space that you found. We saw you in there, we felt you went really inward. And what I want you to do, Ali, is just take a moment. There are a line of journals here, and they all have a title on it that I chose. And I want you to pick one that resonates with you and your experience. Now, I really believe that one's really going to resonate with you and is going to stand out for you, but you have all the time to take a look at them and just pick one that connects with you and then bring it back over to me.
Okay.
And just stay in that mind space and just take your moment and take your time. Ali, can you just read out the title that you chose?
I chose It's Okay to Take Time for Myself.
Okay. Beautiful, yeah, of course. Why did you choose this title?
I believe that whether or not I'm in a relationship or in a friendship or anything, I think it's an important part of yourself to take time, to do things that you love, to do things that you feel are your best version of yourself. So I think it's okay to take time for yourself really resonates with myself, and this was what I was kind of drawn to once I saw all of those journals written.
Perfect. And what was specifically, if I could ask you, you've been so open with us tonight, when you read that question, when you reflected on that question of what do I deeply value that I've been devaluing recently and I haven't been giving enough time to, what came to the forefront of your mind?
To be honest, it would be kind of openness to maybe new experiences. Lately, I've been in a space where I've been so maybe time-ridden, so accumulated to, being in a routine, for example, with work and with my current life state and everything. So I think just this was a reminder that it's okay to take a step back and it's okay to enjoy things that are outside of the norm that maybe I'm not used to, or things that I wanted to pay attention to more.
That's such a powerful reflection, everyone. That's amazing. Ali, do you feel like that time that you just spent alone helped you learn that more clearly?
100%, because if I'm honest with you, Jay, I don't do meditation as often as, say, my boyfriend, or he tries to influence me as much, or I see him doing, and I've been trying myself to try to get into that space, but it's been a little bit harder for myself. But I have been, when the lights are off and I feel like totally present, I have been trying to make steps towards that goal of mine.
That's beautiful. So this was helpful in that process.
Very much.
Amazing. Ali, do you mind if I just grab that off you? I just want to hold this for a second, but don't feel this.
I'll try.
Yeah, I'm scared I'm going to lose my job to you. You're fantastic. I'm going to leave a little note in here for you, if that's all right.
Thank you so much, Jay.
How do I spell your name?
A-L-L-I-E. I do really appreciate this, Jay.
She's dope. Very calm.
Thank you, guys.
Sally, this is I wrote a little message inside here for you. And my hope is that the time you spent in solitude today and the reflection that you came away with is something that continues to impact your life every single day after this day. And I really hope that this won't be the last time in solitude that you'll spend, and that you'll keep finding moments of solitude in all the busyness and all the craziness to really reconnect with what's important for you today. So I hope this reminds you of that. Thank you so much. You can go back to Nice. I think he missed you. I love it. Give Ali a round of applause, everyone. Oh yeah. Wow, you guys are really on it. I still have your phone. Someone's really looking out for you in the audience. They thought I was going to steal it. There we go. I love it. Ali, you know, what you just did for us there was really, really special, really wonderful. Because, first of all, you came up here not knowing what you were going to have to do. You went away for around just under 10 minutes. Sat there alone, as you said, something that you don't always do, something that's new to you, and came away with this profound reflection that I know is going to stay with you when you walk out of those doors tonight. I know that when you go home tomorrow and all the busyness and all the craziness comes back, I know you're going to remember that time alone. And for everyone else who's wondering why are we doing this, like why am I bringing a cave onto stage and why are we, bringing journals out here, and, what are we doing, why are we doing all of this? It's because we all know what we need to do. I don't need to tell you what you need to do in your life. You already know that. But what I want to do this evening is give you experiences and memories and visuals so that when tomorrow you wake up and you get that notification, you get that negativity, you get that noise, you get those moments of uncertainty, that you'll find your cave at home. Whatever that space is for you, whatever that time is for you, that you will carve out time for solitude, to invest in yourself, to make time for yourself. And if anyone wants a cave, we're now selling them online at Oh, you do need a cave. All right, I'm going to get on it. I'm going to start building caves. It's just really, I really mean that. I really want to make sure that when you walk out of here tonight that you do that. Thank you so much, everyone. Give Ali another round of applause. Thank you so much. So, all right. I want to try, that was the hardest thing I'm going to ask anyone to do all night, by the way, just so you know. I'm going to ask you to do a bunch of stuff, but that was the hardest. Ali's already done it. It's all easy from now on. We started on a thoughtful note. I want to get into a little bit of fun with all of you now. Let's get the house lights up again. Let's get the house lights up. Amazing. I want to see you all again. All right. Are there any single men in the house? Any single men in the house? Raise your hand. Stand up if you're a single man. Stand up, stand up.